You did. Rise and join us. I'm going to ask Frank Allen to lead us in an invocation, and then we'll raise hands for today.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you again for another day. Father, we ask that you keep your hands on the doctors and the scientists to help find the control of this virus that's going around devastating us all. Father, we thank you so much for the rain that you brought us, that we definitely needed, and we appreciate it so much. Father, I ask you to be with John McCarter this morning as he is going under the knife to have surgery this morning. Be with him and his family, to keep them safe and have a quick recovery. I thank you for these leaders that have come together today. I ask that you lead and guide us in our lives and make great decisions for the people of Limestone County. Father, I ask you to bless the ladies and men in this court, and above all, bless all our children in the world. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Welcome everybody here today. Thank you for coming. At this time, let the record show that all commissioners are present with the exception, of course, of John McCarver. And I know we'll all be thinking about John today. Do we have any citizen comments? Okay, if that being the case then, next item is going to be consent agenda. I trust you've had a chance to look over the consent agenda. At this time, we'll open up any discussion.
So moved for the second agenda.
A motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, then, let's go to our regular agenda. And at this time, we'll set for record required monthly operation reports from county officials. We can get started. Mr. Ellis, do you have anything other than what you submitted?
Nothing today.
Okay. Sweet.
No, sir, I'll take the court today.
All right. How about Murray?
Yes, sir. For the month, only 300 miles of transport. As of this morning, the jail population is 128. We have 205 males, 23 females, 18 from Freestone County. We have 24 that are TDCJ ready, and we're still another short. Questions?
Any other reports from any other officials, elected officials? All right, if not, we'll entertain a motion to approve the reports as presented. Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, the next item we're going to talk about is we're going to receive and approve a safety report concerning accidents, safety concerns in the past month. Mr. Allen.
We did not have a safety meeting this week. We'll probably have one next week because yesterday was a holiday and Jerry is on vacation this week. So we'll probably have it next week. So I hope that we can set the safety report. I do know that we had one accident and it was where U.S. mail, lady delivered U.S. mail running into the front tire of the motor grader rolling to put on the on the road. Other than that, that's all I know.
Okay, we have a motion in favor.
Second.
Yeah, motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. That motion will pass. Item number 9, discussing possible action on enacting county burn ban. Visited with Matt Groveton, the number is way down. He says he wants to keep vigilant about it drying out and becoming a problem before our next meeting on this. But at this time, I think it would be safe to say we would certainly take the burn ban off.
Yeah. So let them take the burn ban.
Motion and second. Is there any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Next item is going to be item number 10, that's an update on site 16A structure repairs. We have Mr. Ed Swilly here today to visit with us about it. Ed, good to see you.
Good to see you, Ed.
I got to make it sweet and short.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm not interested in that.
Well, I could be called No Show Jones, but you know, I missed court. Too much. Anyway, on 16A, this is the structural agreement repair on the 16A Richland Creek site, in which we agreed, the court agreed to assist with the bidding program, and funding, administrative funding would be returned to the county for a certain amount. Now we're up to where this will work. So I need the court, I guess, approval to work with Road and Bridge people to follow through with the bidding program and go from there. So that's it. Any questions? Well, have another rule addition quickly. To get in-kind money for work doing some repairs on site 24 and 23, at the outlet conduit, I need to get with, Mr. Herron to work out an arrangement to do that, which would, provide in-kind money. And that's the one thing that we're gonna need to be doing later. Any questions?
The outlet pipes, you're saying?
Sir?
The outlet pipes?
Yeah, outlet conduit, not the pipe itself,
Not the pipe itself.
the discharge area, from there to the highway.
Right.
I already have permission from the landowner on the other side to straighten that out and go through there and straighten it out. Now I've got to work with, Mr. Brooks with the highway department, see that they would clean out underneath the culvert. And that's a three-way thing that has to be worked. Any other questions? I will leave it with you. I brought this, but I think you already have the structural material to start with, so. Any other questions? Appreciate it.
Okay,
Be here. Glad to see you guys.
Thank you.
I had not heard about John.
Old Mark Third.
Sir?
Old Mark Third.
Bypass.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's keep, on item number 11, this is going to be for record purposes. We need to take actual action. We did this at the last meeting, but for some reason, we never voted on it. So, for the record, let's take action authorizing auditor's office to publish the elected official salaries, which I think she's already done it. But
So moved.
motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, item number 12, and I couldn't remember if we tabled this.
We tabled it.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to remove it off the table.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? I have read this pretty extensively, and they are actually going to be paying for all the material. And I think we have a small amount we charge for the county. So this is a interlocal agreement with the city of Walker to do some road works in their city, oil and sand type road work, and we will help them out with the labor and the materials, and they'll pay for the cost. Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion passed. Okay, next item is discuss and take action on resolution of Texans feeding Texans grant. This is from the senior citizen. This is a resolution, and I will read it real quick, and y'all can decide if y'all want to do it. This is a resolution of the County of Limestone County certifying that the county has made a grant to the Limestone County Senior Systems Project, an organization to provide home-delivered meals and homebound persons to the county who are elderly and have a disability, and certifying that the county has approved the organization's accounting system or fiscal agent. Whereas the organization desires to apply for grant funds from the Texas Department of Agriculture to supplement and extend existing service for homebound persons of the county who are elderly and or have disability pursuant to the home delivered meals grant programs, and whereas the program rules require the county in which the organization is providing home delivered meals services to make a grant to the organization in order for the organization to be eligible to receive program grant funds, and whereas the program rules require the county to approve the organization of county system or fiscal agent in order the organization to be eligible to receive program grant funds, and whereas the county recognizes John McCarver as an official of the organization applying for the home delivered meals grant from the Texas Department of Agriculture. Be it resolved by the county hereby certifies that it has made a grant to the organization in the amount of $50,000 to be between September 20th and the 31st of August 2021. The county hereby certifies that the organization provides home delivered meals to homebound persons in the county who are elderly and have a disability. The county hereby certifies that it has approved the organization, the county system, or the fiscal agent, and meets financial management system requirements as set forth by the Uniform Grant Management Standards and promulgated by the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts. Introduced and read and passed by the affirmative vote of the county on this 8th day of September 2020, Richard Macon County Judge. That is the resolution. I think we have the money budgeted. Actually, I think we've raised that a little bit. But we have at least this 50,000 that they're asking about. So at this time, I will ask you your pleasure on this item.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second to approve. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. All right, next item that we have is a request from U.S. Marshal Service. This is on the per diem, what they're asking for on the rate of per diem out there. They are asking that it go to $82.95 per day. And so the guard transportation hourly rate is $24.68. So I need to see if this is something y'all would be interested in doing.
I move we approve that per diem.
We do have a motion.
Second.
And a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Next item, one of the most important things we do in the Limestone County, and that's to approve the holiday schedule. There you go. Right here, you've got a list. I think it's pretty much the same as we had last year. For the actual holidays, the dates, of course, might be different, but need y'all to entertain this and tell me if you'd like to make any additions or deletions.
I'll make a motion that we leave it the same.
Have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any other discussion on this? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Holidays. Okay, next item that we have is a discussion and or take action on renewal of 2021 routine airport maintenance program. It's a what we call a RAMP grant, Texas Department of Transportation. Each year they come out and will give us money. They ask us to match this. I think Buddy Miller was here, but he left. I think he said he had something else that he needed real important. But anyway, the idea is that they will give us a call and say, this is how much money that you have that we can give to you. How much do y'all have budgeted to match it with, and then they'll tell us how much money they're gonna put out there. We have budgeted, Natasha, we helped me on that, I think it was $11,000. We have $11,000 budgeted in this next budget, so we could get at least $22,000 worth of work out there. I will say that Mr. Miller is requesting they would really take a look hard next year at the runways. we could get a $1 million, actually about a $1.2 million grant, but it would cost us about $100,000 to get that grant, a little over. That's something we'll talk about next year. But anyway, right now, on the agenda today is to approve this grant, and I'll entertain a motion.
Match our $11,000.
Yes.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next item that we have is something that's happening quite a bit here lately. And that's going to be discussion take action on LCDC submitted bid for installation of AC carrier 5-ton roof top package unit. We do have we got some quotes in. Goodman Heating and Electrical was the, I don't know if it was the best, but it was the cheapest. And it's $9,000. As y'all know, we, Tasha, help me on this. We started this in June, right? The new, I think it was June 1st. So we had June, July, now August. We had 3 months. We had about $45,000 that was coming to the offer. This will be the first thing we've had taken out of that. No, well, no, we haven't done the Sally Port North yet. So what have we had come out of that so far?
They had some smaller repair, but
Anything we're responsible for, I don't know what it is.
no, I think this is it.
Okay, so right now, just to kind of keep up with the dollars, we've got about $45,000 from them in the last 3 months. This is the first of several that's coming, by the way. We got another air conditioner, we got Sally Port doors, we have some locks, but, the roof repair, we already approved that back in the meeting. Anyway, this $9,000 is, to get the, air conditioning, and heat for the kitchen area primarily. So need to know if y'all want to approve that. Again, $9,000.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on this item? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you. Okay. The next item is, be glad on this, but discuss and take action on approval for renewal of an annual easy on hold background music. This is, I'm finding out this is music that when people get it put on hold, they get this easy listening music to listen to. I don't know how easy listening it is, but I know we've had some discussion on the 2 years that I've been here about this each year. This is something I'm going to put out there and see if y'all work. There was some argument last year, Bobby. You remember what it was? Why did we say?
I don't know. I think we can do without it.
It's part of being more professional. When you get put on hold.
Never mind. I remember what it is. One thing that came up is that we thought about last year, maybe just getting a tape of our own of some kind. You're just playing it over and over and over. And the ASCAP will not allow us to do that. I think it would be fine. So this is a way that we can legally play music for people to put it on hold. It's not a lot of money, but I know Commissioner Allen likes the what was that guy's name? Stewart?
They don't know that.
It's anyway. I don't think Jerry likes the actual music that's on there.
Yeah, I don't call them out, but they're gonna get.
Yeah, it's, I know.
Y'all do what you want to do, okay? I'm not gonna worry. Anyway, that's all they do.
I move we have the easy hold. I believe it makes us professional and people realize that they're still there instead of just lost calling back because I thought I got cut off. Any professional office has it, and I feel like we want to have it also.
Did you make that a motion?
Motion, yes.
Okay, thank you. Motion, we do have a motion, for the easy, on hold. Second, any other discussion? I know it's not polka music, but,
I mean, you can make the cars going on that carry around.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. For the record, we did have 2 yes and 1 no. All right then, let's continue on with the discussion, take action on adjustments. AV Solutions, the Javas extended warranty, preventive maintenance and support agreement. This is an annual agreement that we set up, we budget for each year. I know y'all had a chance to look at it in your budget. How many of your package? Is there any discussion on it?
So we really need, don't we?
Yes, it's something that we use. But
So moved.
motion and a second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Moving along, we're gonna go to item number 20, and that's discuss and take action on interlocal agreement between the Part of Texas Council of Government and Limestone County in regard to emergency notification services. This is a program that they keep us up to date on through Hot Cog as for all our emergency services that run through the Homeland Security. So I know y'all had a chance to read this. Once again, this is just an interlocal agreement between Hot Cog and Limestone County for those emergency services. The notification of. So we do have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on this item? If not, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay. Next item is discuss and take action on a statewide automated victim notification service agreement renewal with Chris. Once again, this is a statewide notification that we have on the victim notification. Something that we've done every year that I've been here, and so this is a renewal of it. And I need to know if y'all want to continue to participate in that program. And if you need to know what it is in more detail, just was clear to you, I can certainly let you know, but primarily it's the notification, the automated victim notification service. I think all of the law enforcement are using it.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
A lot of renewals, looks like. The next one's gonna be a renewal between Limestone County and Freestone County to house some of their inmates. They don't house them all. I will say that when we did this last year, the thought was that we would be doing most of theirs, or jail it down. I think we got the jail repaired. And once again, they cut us back down a little bit. However, they are still saying that they're gonna take care of all of their transports. And that was a big deal for us, I thought, Marty, and that's working good in it. The fact that we're not having to transport their prisoners really made this attractive. So I talked with Judge Grant over in Freestone County, and she was asking if we could just keep the rate the same. And talking with the Sheriff's Department, they thought that would be fine too. So this is an interlocal agreement between us to continue to get the money that we're getting to house their prisoners.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The item number 22 is approved for record the salary set by the district judges for auditors and staff of the 77th and 87th District Court reporter. If I understand correctly, there were no raises involved. Is that correct? No raises involved, so if we were to approve this, it would be for what they had last year.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We're going pretty fast. We'll go along. Next item we have is a budget workshop. We're going to talk about some things that we want to tidy up here real quick on the budget. As some of you know, there was some talk within the JPs that they were asking for a raise. And a grievance committee was formed. we were able to visit with the JPs and come to an understanding. I will say that I don't know who come up with this process on the grievance committee, but it's certainly not a very fair way to do it, in my opinion, to put elected officials on the spot, but I guess that's why you run for elected official, and that's what you have to do. So, it was awful hard on us. And so I will say that, I'm glad that the JPs were able to reach an agreement. But this morning, one of the things that we need to do is make it official, that we go ahead and authorize a $3,000 raise. And that Natasha put that number into the budget. Because as you'll see, as you can see, we have the, where she had taken it out. So anyway, that's something that we're gonna, need to let her know whether or not that's something the court wants to do.
So moved.
We do have a motion and a second on that $3,000. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
So, one of them voted no.
We will have a new motion then, because we will have to run the ad here for the elected officials, since it's been changed.
Well, we did that on the basis,
Well, but that one was for,
well, what I'm telling you is, that the way it read right here, we can go ahead and do it.
yes, do it today, yes.
Yeah.
Before we end the court.
Okay, so you're gonna feel better if we do another motion to rerun that. Okay. I need a motion then to rerun in the paper the new rates for the elected officials.
So moved.
Motion in a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right. Is there the only other thing that I can see, that we need to talk about with the JPs is that there was some, little bit of difference on their, conferences. Most of the JPs, I say most of them, it varied on the conferences, on the money that they go to conference in. And I found out that in precinct 2, Mike Bell, was, relatively low. JP Lenore and JP Hannah each had 700 as their amount that they had. And last year, I think precinct 3 added a little bit because she had an employee that was trying to get some updated training. But they're 700. Mike Bell's 400, but precinct 4 was 1,000. So one of the things that would make it easy is if we just took, it wouldn't affect the budget, if we took the 300 away from 4 and put it into 2, that'd put everybody at $700. So, I need to see what y'all think about that.
There's nothing wrong with that, because we're gonna adjust it if necessary, if somebody's required to have training.
Well, and of course, this year and possibly at the end of next year, there may not be a lot of actual meetings. And that's one of the things I think we should. Limited travel and limited, meetings where you're going to conferences. So anyway, that's one of the things I'm gonna recommend that y'all do is we make it all even $700. Hopefully that'll work. If not, they can come to us and we get money out of it. Yeah.
You actually vote for that?
Yeah. So,
I make a motion to do that, takes up my $300 before we put it into 2.
second. Motion and a second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? One of the areas is, that brought up is on the, courthouse security up here. Murray, will you explain to us what happened on, you called about Derek's. What we did was anyone that was a sergeant and below got a raise amount that was agreed upon, and that's already been included in there. We've already voted on that. But you were concerned about Derek's.
His salary, he had been here long enough that he was put in on the old way we did things. So his salary was already higher than most of the other deputies. And since we're trying to plane everybody out, they don't all get the same amount of a raise all the way through to get to the set amount per hour. So what we're trying to do is just modify that part where he's at the same hourly rate as the other deputies.
The reason I was, and I went ahead and put this on here because you asked me to, but the different side of that is that he did come under an old system. He's not getting any more of a raise than anybody else, so he will actually take a little bit of a decrease. In what he
No, sir, he's gonna get a pay raise.
You get a pay raise, but not what everybody else is getting.
Correct, but if he gets what everybody else is getting, you're gonna pay your court custody deputy who works Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, weekends and holidays traditionally off, more than what you're paying your sergeant and your investigators. And that's not right. So
Maybe, no, you're not.
he's gonna be right there with them.
He's gonna be less than that. I don't feel comfortable cutting someone's pay just because they've been here a long time.
You're not cutting their pay. You're giving, whenever you give the raises, if all four of y'all don't make the same amount of money and you're trying to even everybody out, then each person gets a separate amount to make that equal amount.
But he is getting a raise, just not as big as the
Correct.
other.
He'll go to $19 an hour, just like everybody else.
He is at what now?
He's at 18 something, and all the other deputies are at 17 something. So they're all going to $19 an hour, and that's the goal, is to put all the deputies at the
Why
same.
is this even coming up then? Because he should just be $19 an hour.
So that's what I'm suggesting.
He's actually making more. He's a deputy.
Yeah.
He could be called out today and do anything any other deputy's doing.
So why not pay him the same $19 an hour you're paying everybody else?
Well, I guess where I'm trying to get this through my thick brain is that he's making more than other deputies simply because of the amount of time he's been here and he was under an old system.
No, whenever he was hired in, what they used to do is when you left, then whoever was hired was put in at your salary, which was building in raises, which is what everybody in the commissioner's court disagreed with early on, and we changed that. And we changed that so that we could keep everybody at the same pay. The only thing that separates them is their certificate pay and their longevity and their length of service and their rank. Other than that, the hourly rate's the same. And so advocating what you're wanting to do would give him the same raise you're giving everybody else, throws that all completely out the window and bumps his raise up considerably higher than what everybody else is making.
But the increase is the same, is what I'm trying to get at. He's getting the same amount of increase as everybody else out there.
But that's defeating your whole purpose of trying to keep everybody at the same pay rate.
Okay.
He's got a
He's gonna be $1 an hour above everybody else.
Is he a dollar above everybody else right now?
Pretty close.
Well, he's the same. It's the same amount. Whatever he is now is what he's gonna be after October 1st, right? He's not getting more than what,
If you give him the dollar, whatever it is an hour, then yes, sir, he's gonna be $1 and whatever an hour above where everybody else is at.
but he already is.
And that's what we're trying to fix, is put all of them
We're
at the
not trying
same
to go
pay.
down on pay.
He's not
We're trying to
going
get
down.
everybody up to a certain amount.
He's not going down at all. He's getting a raise. He's just going to $19
He
an hour.
won't get as much raise as everybody else.
Correct.
And that same way we did the road and bridge, we had some at 11, some at 11 and a half, some at 12, and we raised them all.
So we raised them all up there. We didn't. go
Yeah, but
down
we
to
didn't
that.
take one making 13 something, take them to 15.
They're all getting,
No. Oh, yes, wait a minute. But what we didn't do is, Bobby, is we didn't go in there and pick someone that would make above that and bring them back down.
Oh, no.
we aren't bringing him down at
No,
all.
he's still moving up.
He's still getting a raise. He's not coming down at all. He's still getting a raise.
Is it? Okay, let me ask you a
Right,
question.
just a bit much.
He makes 18 something an hour, and we're bumping all the deputies to $19 an hour. All the other deputies are making, I believe it's 1746 or 17 something. So he's already above. So his amount that he gets in a raise is just not the same amount as everybody else gets, but his total hourly pay is where everybody else is. And then his length of service and his certificate pay continues any separation that's there. But that puts all the deputies at the same pay rate.
What are you thinking we should do? I mean,
I think we should give all the deputies the same pay rate. Which is
To
the
the same
$19 an hour.
amount. Not the same rate,
Same amount.
Yes, $19 an hour,
which is exactly.
which is the base pay.
I thought that's what we done.
That's
Well,
what we're trying to do.
we gave everybody X number of dollar raise, same for everybody. I think there's 12, maybe 13, and they all got $1 an hour raise. Okay, it just so happens that he's already above what the others were. And so now, in order for the sheriff's department to say to make it fair, we need to give all these people a big raise, and give him a little bit of a raise.
Yeah, but he's been here longer than some of them out there.
And whenever his final pays added, you add the longevity and certificate pay, he will still make more money than those deputies that are just hiring on. The goal is to keep their base pay the same.
Well, yeah, but, that kind of hurt somebody's feelings that's worked there a long time.
He's not
And
going
then you bring somebody in new and you pay them the same as what they've done
to,
all these years.
yes, sir, that's the purpose for certificate pay. That's the purpose for longevity pay. Every years of service that you have with the county, you go up in pay. So,
Let's don't talk about certificate and longevity.
okay, then your
Let's
base
don't even
pay,
talk about that.
then you take every bit of that, throw it all out the window. Every deputy there makes $19 an hour. That's what we're trying to get to. Not one deputy make $19 an hour, one deputy makes $17 an hour, one makes $16.88, one make $20. We're trying to get all of them at the same rate, which is $19 an hour.
Which it is agreeable that it is gonna set some of them, because so-and-so got $1.50 and I didn't give her 50 cents. Exactly the same thing you did with them. Exactly. And there's someone who's upset, but, we got everybody to a base pay where we can hang on to them, and that was the purpose of it. And that was the intention, I think everybody did, was to raise everybody to 19 and everybody to 14.
Yes.
And that's what we did.
Correct.
And if he gets a shorter raise, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
He's still getting a raise,
Correct,
and that's something that others aren't getting.
correct.
I'll
It's a problem.
okay.
I'm here. $19 an hour.
All right, we'll make that adjustment then, that one position, will not get as much raise as the others.
Thank you all.
All right. Is there anything else in the budget that we can talk about that before we kind of nail this budget from hell down? Sonny, do you have anything? Jerry? Bobby, you got anything you want to bring up? Was there anything else, any of the departments that had that? I'll open the floor up right now. Okay, let's go ahead and go forward with, item number 26.
Judges,
Yes. I'm sorry, 25. We need to announce the date, time, and place of the FY 2021 adoption of the budget. I'm pretty sure that's going to be done at our meeting,
September 22nd.
September 22nd. Okay? Does that sound right to you, Natasha?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
We'll set it at,
Date and time,
10 o'clock maybe, or 9 o'clock, 9:30, whatever, on the, item number 25.
Dr. Buddy.
So what was the
22nd.
officially?
22nd, we'll do it. I don't know what we're gonna have on the agenda that day, just make it for 9:30. Okay. We need to have a motion. I need to entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, item number 26 is to discuss and propose 2020 tax rate, regular exceed the effective tax rate, take a record vote and schedule public hearings. It will exceed it, so we will have to have a public hearing at our next meeting, but we only have to have the one, if I'm correct, Stacy, correct?
That is correct.
We just need to have the one public hearing that day. We're gonna do that in just a second, I believe that. the,
Ready for a motion on that?
yes,
I move we set the tax rate for 2020 at .7678, 76 cents.
okay, we do have a motion. Any other, do I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion on this item? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, that'll pass. Let's go ahead and look at some of the budget transfers. First, we're gonna have the budget transfer 479, which is coming from the county attorney. The county attorney is wanting to increase some office supplies and some new law books. He's getting, the money out of county travel, and it is an investigative expense. So, wow. Yeah. So, thing that caught my eye just then, I didn't really look at, is the amount of investigative expense they spent this year, like $900 in the budget. Anyway, this is a request from the DA, asking for some more office supplies and some new law books. We have a motion to approve this transfer.
Second.
And a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Next item we have, on the budget transfer, is budget transfer number 480. That's going to be from Stacy Hall. Stacy is, asking that we increase the furniture and equipment. There's a piece of equipment, that you need. What was that, Stacy? It's the,
It is a shredder.
shredder, wasn't it?
Paper shredder.
Yeah, paper shredder that she needs. I think she had looked around, shopped locally as best she could,
Yeah.
and this is the best price she could find for one. She's asking that we move that money out of her conference and schools and out of her travel in order to buy that, new shredder.
No move.
Second.
Motion, and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, next, budget transfer is 481. This is coming from the Limestone County, the law enforcement / jail. What they're needing is some new chairs, for a deputy's room and other offices. They're looking for about $550 that, to buy some new chairs, and either predominantly, there's about 8 chairs they're wanting to buy for the desk for people to sit at when they come in. The ones they've got are just about falling apart, so they're asking for this budget, transfer.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay. Next item is going to be from the county clerk's office. They're looking to cover profile costs for September. The increase is going to be in the microfilm supplies, and as you can see, they found money out of conference and schools, travel, and a little bit out of office supplies. So they did find all the money within their budget in order to cover this microfilm supplies.
No move.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this budget transfer. Any other discussion? Not all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, that takes care of the budget transfers. All right. We've got a few minutes before we'll go into a public hearing. The 10 o'clock, we're going to go into a public hearing regarding the creation of a reinvestment loan for the purpose of tax abatement to provide economic development within the county, and possibly action on tax abatement agreement with Hubbard Finn LLC. So we will take a brief recess of about 15 minutes, and we're waiting on 10 o'clock.